The all-important jury view that is set to happen on Wednesday. Let me bring in my guests now. I want to welcome in Columbia, South Carolina, criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor John Mobley. John, good to see you on this Tuesday morning. I want to pick your brain, please, about the jury view. When I heard this yesterday, I thought to myself, why didn't both sides ask for this at the outset of the case? I want to get your thoughts on that, please.
Well, Julie, I will tell you this. Read my lips. Attorney jury views are just bad for attorneys. They're just bad for attorneys. I do not agree with them.
Why do you say that, John?
Because you have zero control. You have no control over anything at that point. Let me compare and contrast when there's a trial and the attorney shows the jury a picture or a photograph or video. Hey, I can call attention to what I want you to focus on. I can talk to you about how it should be interpreted and how you should perceive the significance of it with respect to this case. I do all of that. Once the jury goes to the crime scene, no control. I cannot tell them what I want them to focus on. I cannot tell them what I think is important. I cannot shape their perceptions or how they perceive the significance of things. They can go down the rabbit hole of what they perceive and what they think is regarding how it relates to the case. And the reality of it is this: no matter how smart we lawyers think we are, jurors always think of things that we never think about. And they think of these things and they determine they're significant, and they have questions about how they impact the case, questions that we're not answering. And those are things we can't talk to them about, we can't answer for them, and we have no idea what those things are. That's why I don't like juries going to a crime scene for the lawyer. It's great for the jurors. It's a great experience for them. It may be even helpful to them. But for the lawyers, I do not like jurors going to a scene where I cannot control the narrative or what they see or how they perceive things.
John, I have to ask a follow-up. Did you have a bad experience with one at some point or something?
Oh, no, I've never had that experience. But I just know in general, that is for me as an attorney, I want to have control over what the jury sees and how it's portrayed to them. And when you don't have that, you lose control over your case, and that's why that's a problem.
Okay, so tell me, you know Dick Harpootlian. You know him well. You were an assistant solicitor when he was a solicitor in South Carolina. You worked with him. Why do you think he wants it?
I've heard their arguments. They've made arguments about, well, if the jury goes out to the crime scene, they could understand better why he could not have, Murdaugh would not have heard the gunshots and things like that. I think it's better off explaining that through your witnesses, and your photos, because I understand the rationale, but I just think there are just too many things that are just beyond the control of the attorney. The only thing I would want to do, or reason I would want to take them to the crime scene if it was me, is if I wanted to, do something like Johnny Carpenter did in the O.J. Simpson case, where, I would go to Murdaugh's house and I would put up every picture of him and his family on vacation, him and his son, him and his wife. I would do that, because arguably that's not a material change. That's not evidence. And the jury might be thinking, man, this guy loved his family. There's no, he would have killed his wife. He would have killed his son. I would do something like that if I could get away with it. But, I don't know what kind of rules.
At least you're being honest, John. At least you're being honest and making reference to the famous O.J. Simpson case, of course. Well, so with that, Dick Harpootlian requests this. We know the state was opposed to it. They were saying because things have changed too much. I think it's great for everybody all the way around. I'm just astounded that they didn't ask for it from the outset, because this property is unusual. It sits so far back from the road, the distance between the house and the kennels. You can actually see the kennels from the house. So for the jurors to understand that much, I think is important. But a couple things per the judge's order I wanted to bounce off of you, please, John. So the judge says no media coverage whatsoever of the jury view. Drone flights prohibited, any photographs of the jurors, all in contrast to the court's order. There's been an order on media coverage that, as you know, we have to follow. And so access to the property is going to be very controlled through the sheriff's deputies. Only the jurors, the judge, the attorneys for both sides, and one court reporter are going to have access. John Mobley, what happens if somebody violates this order? What could potentially happen? Let's just say someone in the media were to disobey this.
They're probably going to end up in jail. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I've been in front of Judge Newman on numerous occasions, and while I have much affection for Judge Newman, even when he is ruled against me and things have not turned out my way, he's a very, very reasonable judge, but he is very no nonsense. If he gets clear on this order and somebody violates it, he is going to set an example, and they're going to do some hard time.
Oh yeah, contempt of court. They're going to be looking at. John Mobley, thank you so much.